This is intentionally unintentional. Finally back with another video. I was fortunate enough to take a long vacation of about 3.5 weeks, which is why I haven't put out any videos. I was enjoying my time over in Europe. I was in Florence for about a week, then hopped over to Portugal and visited Lisbon for about 4 days, an island called Madeira for I think 4 days as well, and then a city in the north named Porto. Great trip. I've been to Florence before. I like Florence a lot, which is why, of course, I went back. It's the only European city I've been to twice. And I really enjoyed Portugal as a whole, especially Porto. I thought Porto was really cool. But what I have today are some little souvenirs and gifts, because I wanted to give some stuff to my friends and I wanted to have some stuff for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and bring those over and I'll talk about my trip a little bit. And hopefully it's relaxing. So all you gotta do is put your headphones in, make sure you're comfortable, relaxed. Let's get started. So I think I'll grab this thing first. Okay, I'm gonna preface this one by saying that I'm really bad at saying no. I don't know what it is. But anyways, there are these guys in Europe that you just have to say no to. They're on the street, they're trying to sell you stuff all the time. I mean, ranges like selfie sticks to, all kinds of toys, bracelets. And some guys are a little more civil about it, and they'll set up like blankets or linen with their product laid out, and you go and buy from them. But it's the guys that walk in the street and just harass you that you gotta watch out for. Especially if you're clearly American, like I appear probably, they'll pick you out because locals just tell them to fuck off. But we're just like, tourists, naive tourists. But anyways, my girlfriend was shopping somewhere, and I didn't want to go in because I had food and drink, so I stayed outside, and this guy comes up to me and he hands me a bracelet. I'm like, no man, like I'm good. He's like, no, please take it. And he just insisted. I kept saying no, and he's like, you seem really nice, where are you from? And I told him, and he was like, I want you to have it. I'm like, no dude, like I'm not gonna take it. And he started walking away. I'm like, no, please take it back. And he comes back and he gives me another one. He's like, you have a wife or a friend? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, take this one too. I'm like, no man, you can't give me two. And he pulls out a belt and he gives me a belt, like a just basic huge leather belt. And I'm like, man, I can't take all of this. And he just insisted, and I gave him back the belt, and I gave him back the bracelets, and he told me to keep one of them. And I was like, fine, okay, I'll keep this one bracelet, this little elephant guy. He said it's supposed to bring you good luck, and it's just a bunch of BS. And I was like, okay man, I'll take the bracelet. And he's like, great, like, thank you. And of course, he turns on his phone, and his wallpaper is his 2-year-old son, and he's like, anything for my son. And I'm like, shit, man. Yeah, and I gave him, I think I gave him €5, which is like this. Look at this thing. I mean, it's garbage. I gave him €5, and he's like, "That's it." I was like, "That's all I have, man." So just if you go, watch out for those guys. But makes for an interesting story, I suppose. I'm probably gonna give this to one of my buddies because he wears bracelets. I don't like bracelets. Okay. What's next? Okay. Here we have sardines, which are huge in Portugal, and sadly I did not eat any. I don't like sardines, much less the canned versions, but they're apparently known for this. So this is the word for sardines, of course. This brand, Comer, was everywhere. They just love their sardines. I got this cool little pamphlet. Shows you the store maps. So I got like 8 in Lisbon, a bunch all over. One on Madeira, the place I visited. There's another island. Here's some of the best sights from Portuguese cities. That's a little monument in the river at Lisbon. It represents like the age of exploration. There's a bunch of famous explorers on there, like Vasco da Gama, which I guess you say like Vasco da Gama. Their S is weird. It's like an SH sound. What I also thought was cool is there's a woman on here, and it's a monument from, well, I can't say that with full confidence. I don't know how new it is, but it's just cool to see a woman on a statue with a bunch of dudes. This is the Cristo Rey statue, so King Christ, and it's across the bridge from Lisbon to another region that starts with an A. Looks exactly like Brazil's, just smaller. This is, I'm pretty sure that's King George's castle, or man, I forget what the Portuguese word for castle is, but it's Joao's castle. I visited that. That was pretty cool. These ones are from Porto. This is the Clairgauche Tower. It's a cool viewpoint. Helps me get oriented. Here's the bridge in Porto, along with the river with the boats. It was really cool crossing over the river in Porto, doing some wine tasting on the other side. I thought these boats were cool. I didn't get to ride in one though. And when I went up into like wine country, and it's called Douro Valley. It's like their wine region, and we took like a little river cruise down there. There's a gondola in Porto that we took, and there's one in Madeira that we also took. The one in Madeira was crazy, super high up. They have a bunch of different tins for all the cities. Sintra, Porto, Madeira, Lisbon, Lisboa, as they say. I don't know that one. Coimbra, Algarve, which is like the southern region, and Braga, which is another city in the north. Over here. Coimbra's down here. Yeah, this is Algarve. So Faro is one of the cities in the Algarve. And then here are their flavors of canned fish. Just like the basic ones. As you can see, you got eels, sea bream, croaker, shrimp, sea bass, sea snail, swordfish, green patties, smoked trout, smoked mussel, smoked salmon, octopus, tuna, roasted codfish, mackerel fillets, smoked codfish roe, sardine with peppers. They also have these cool ones that are packaged in what look like gold bars. And they're actually gold flakes inside on just regular sardines. So that's a little packet. Here's the sardine box. We're going to open it up. So there are 4 different kinds. And the boxes, or the tins I should say, each represent something to do with like the saint festivals. We got lucky. We didn't know that this was going on when we planned our trip, but we were in Lisbon when they were celebrating São Antonio. Lots of parties, beer, like carts everywhere. They have these cool little like 20 centiliter beer cups. They're perfect just for like walking around with. They're like $1.50. And then unfortunately, there's a festival in Porto the day we were leaving called São João, or St. John. I think it's just John, like English translation. There's a lot of Joaos in Portugal, that's for sure. But if I can take each out and show you the design. So, as you can see here, you got these little hammers, which apparently you just like hit people with. They don't hurt, but they make a little squeak sound, and it's like a big part of the festival. And you got grilled sardines right here, which is another big part. And these ones are sardinhas com pimentos, which I guess that's peppers. Yeah, grilled sardines with roasted peppers. Here we see more sardines being grilled and served. And I think that's beer, probably, getting handed out. Got a cable car and the Portuguese flag. And these are sardinhas fumadas com picante, spicy smoked sardine. Here we have sardinhas almadas. And if you're Portuguese and you're watching this and I'm not supposed to do the SH at the end, forgive me. I'm doing my best. This is a cathedral in Lisbon that I didn't go in, but I walked past, and they were doing something for the São Antonio festival. You can see this is a wedding. And maybe just part of the festival. I don't know. Let me know if you know. These are sardine with lemon. Interesting. I wonder if that doesn't mean lemon, if that means something else. Lastly, okay, here's the bridge from Porto that I was talking about, and the little boats. Got more grilled sardines, more hammers, more beer. Fireworks going on too. These are sardines com tomate, so tomato sardines. Yes, sir. 4 sardines recipes. Yeah, so these are for my buddy who likes sardines, so I'm excited to give these to him. Oh man, I still got a few things to go. It's already been 16 minutes. Okay, so grilled sardines, hammers. This is the Blame Tower, which is in Lisbon. It's pretty cool. It's like a watch out tower because it sits like right at the mouth of the river, which is on the Atlantic. There were lots of cannons on the first level. Pretty cool. Here's the bridge in Porto. Cable car from Lisbon. Cathedral, also from Lisbon. Maybe the castle. Cristo Rei. Maybe the Clairgauche Tower, maybe. Also, could be Rua das Flores. I'm not sure. Anyways. Okay, here I've got 2 soaps from Madeira. They had these soaps in the hotel, and I really liked them. This one in particular. This is banana and guava or passion fruit, I think. But yeah, so I went into their store and I got these, and they offered me this one as well. This one is fennel. This is somewhat indicative of how Madeira looks, but not really. You know, it's really cloudy up at the top. Kind of looks like Hawaii in that sense, like Kauai if you've ever been there. I'm really excited to use these. As if you've been watching my channel, you know that I love soap. So it's good to get some soap from somewhere else. Try something new, right? Let's smell the first one. Yeah, it's gonna smell really good. What's funny is that they had liquid soap in the showers, and I was lucky enough to find the bar soap. The fennel's nice too. It's kind of herby, more floral than this one. This one's fruity for sure. This one more woody, more floral. Still both unisex. I'd argue this one might even be somewhat feminine, but hey, it smells good. So these are both from Castelbel in Porto. We actually saw their store when we were there. Very high end. I think I bought 2 of these and 1 of these, and it was like 21 bucks. You shouldn't be spending that much on soap. So I'll do both of these at the same time, actually. I'm an okay football fan, that being like worldwide football, soccer. I've been following for probably like 8 or so years now, and sad to say my team is PSG, but I became a fan when they signed Neymar, when they were like rumored to be signing him, because I was taking French in high school. And I was just like, I'm just going to support PSG. And then they signed Mbappe and they signed Messi, and they still haven't won a Champions League. And I feel like a bandwagon. I kind of am a bandwagon. But anyways, I got to visit. I don't know the names of the stadiums, I'm sorry, so I'm just going to say I got to visit Porto Stadium, FC Porto, and Benfica Stadium. So from Benfica, I got this little magnet that I have on my whiteboard at the moment. And for my friend, I got this cool shirt that says FC Porto on it, with the little New Balance logo. I like this stadium better. I feel like going to a game at FC Porto's stadium would be more fun, more intimate, but this is a really nice stadium. Not like really, really nice, but like in comparison. But don't take me for my word, because I don't know what I'm talking about. The thing I really liked about this was they had 3 eagles that we got to see up close. It was so cool. I guess they fly around. One of them does before games. But yeah, just like both stadiums were built in 2004. The Porto Stadium was like all stone or concrete, and it was very bland from the outside, which kind of was cool, but at the same time, like, this thing is so grand, and like, you can see it from anywhere. Supposedly, Porto Stadium is at one of the highest points in Porto, but you can't really see it from the tower, because it's blocked by something. I don't know how that works, given that it's one of the high points, but I trust my tour guide, so. If I was going to adopt a team from Portugal, though, I'd probably take Porto, because, I liked the stadium tour and the museum better in terms of, like, the passion that I've sensed from, like, the guide, and like the vibe that the inside of the stadium and the like clubhouse gave off, but just my opinion. Okay, last but not least, I've got the #1 selling liquor in Portugal, or maybe it's the #1 selling Portuguese made liquor in Portugal. I don't know. But it's called Liquor Beirão. I apologize for the woman. She's not covered up all too well. Here's the inside. I took one out because I had it on the plane. Oops. But it's really good. I like it a lot. As you can see, the liquor of Portugal. Liqueur de Portugal. So you get a little history on Beirao and pinup. We're not going to read that part. Liqueur Beirao's formula, which was created in the 19th century, has remained a Redondo family secret to this day. Liqueur Beirao was created and sold in Lusa by a pharmacist over a century ago. It's at Quinta do Meirol in Lusa that the founder's son and grandchildren produce the magical flavor and aroma of this liqueur last over time. Part of the aromatic plants and seeds used in its production is grown here, thus allowing for total quality control. Taste this endless story, spiced with sweet feelings. So this is how the big bottle looks. Here's like a cool little version of it. It's got a little sticker seal, ribbon. Water, alcohol, sugar, distilled spices, and aromatic plants. Caramel. I think it's probably got some star anise in it, just because it's got like that black licorice taste. Yeah, I had this multiple times on the trip, and I got a few of these boxes to hand out little shooters to my friends. I got a big bottle for myself. Okay, guys. That's going to do it for tonight's video. If you tuned in, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you aren't. Really appreciate all the support, and I'll be seeing you for the next one. Have a good week.